Okay, so now I'm going to be taking you through algebraic equations. Trust me when I say this is going to be a very strange session where I'm going to do just 3 examples, but from these 3 examples I'm going to tell you a lot where you are going to be doing a lot of problem solving. So maybe let me not waste much of our precious time. I'll start with example A. So just make sure that when this lesson is done, you watch it over and over again and you redo exactly what I've done before you can attempt any examples, not examples, but exercises. It could be a test if you're writing a test or preparing for an exam. So let's see. The first one, let's say we have 6 that we plus it by 3. Let's say x that we minus it by 2, and then this thing we equate it to 4 into x that we plus it by 1. Okay. Most importantly, you might need to be aware that this type of equations, they involve distributive law. So a distributive law is one that you use to remove the bracket. So you see this one is a standalone, a constant that you plus it with. This is where you do that by that, that by that, which means you have 3x minus that one is 6 equals 2 again. Everywhere you see the brackets, that's what you do. So that's why everything else, you just write it as it is. You are just focusing on where you are having the brackets. Now what you need to do is just to simplify. How do you simplify? Letters one side, numbers one side. So already we have 3x this side. Let's take this to the other side. It changes the sign and then it becomes that. Already on the right hand side we have 4. But on this side already it looks like this one cancels with that, because 6 minus 6 it is 0. So you just remain with 3x. Obviously you took 4 to the other side. Then you end up having what? It looks like you end up having negative x, which is equals to 4. Remember, Desmond is my name is Desmond. Then you can just say I'm going to divide by invisible 1, not just 1, but that negative 1. That cancels there, and then you end up having negative 4. Then you are done with this one. It is as easy as that. So now, let's try and do this one. Okay. This one being B, how does it work out? Okay, let's say for B you are given, let's say it is 3x where you minus x where you minus 4. Maybe let's equate this to 2. No, I did not write it nicely. 2 where we minus 5x. Yes. Let's say this is what we are looking at. What did I say? Firstly, start where you are having the brackets. Bottommost letter B for the bracket. So you have 3x. You have invisible 1 there. So it's that by that, that by that. Be careful, it's a negative 1. That's why it has to be negative x. Then you have negative negative being a plus. Then you multiply by 1, it becomes 4. Then same time you can just rewrite everything as it is, just so that you don't mix up or end up making mistakes. So obviously this minusing that on the left hand side, it becomes x. This negative 4, negative 5, I meant to say, you take it to the other side, it becomes positive 5x, which will be equals to, already on the right you have 2, it is the 4 that visits, it changes the sign, it becomes that. Then this plus that, definitely that is 6x, which will be equals to this and that. It's negative 2. Then you divide by that 6 both sides. And then it looks like, wait. I just noticed that I made a mistake. It is not x, but it is 2x, because you have 3 minus 1x. Then that means it's supposed to be 2 there. Okay, I'll need to erase. Let me erase all of this. Okay, imagine being in an exam and you can't spot that mistake. So that means you need to have an extra eye on Rebel Member. Once you've worked something, revisit and verify if, okay, I'm glad you managed to notice it, even though you were worried that, since that one is supposed to be 2, is it a mistake? Is it not supposed to be 2? Luckily, I managed to spot it. Okay, then it's fine. It means it's going to be, nope, not that. It has to be 7x, that it should be equals to that, and that it should be negative 2. And then now we remove that cancels with that, and then x is equals to negative 2 over 7. And that is the end of it. Okay. I am now going to be doing the last example. Trust me when I say these 3 examples, they are enough for you to get working. So, okay, let's see. What if you are given, am I going to have a space? It might be a lengthy calculation. Nope. Let me do it there. At the top there. Yes, so this one, excuse me, let's say you are given 2 and then you have x, we minus 1 there, we close, we minus 1 there, and then we square that. Then we equate this thing. We equate it to 2x, where we minus 3, and then us having x, that we plus it by 1. Definitely going to be a lengthy calculation when I look at it. Okay, then it's fine. So a squared means 2 of exactly the same thing, but the exactly the same thing is this thing inside the bracket. So you have 2 into x minus 1 and x minus 1. That's what I meant when I say it means 2 of exactly the same thing. If it was 3, it was going to be 3 of those same things. Okay, let's not waste time here and do that by that, that by that, that by that, that by that, using the distributive law. The FOIL method, if you like, but don't worry that much about that. Just know that it is that by that, that by that, that by that, that by that. Okay, 2 in that, it definitely becomes 2x squared. That by that, it becomes 2x. And then that by that, it becomes negative 3x. That by that, it becomes negative 3. And now on this side, what did I say? I said this outside, you just leave it as it is. You just work out these things inside where you do that by that, that by that. Then again, that by that, that by that. That's what you do. Then you have x squared minus x there, that by that, minus x. Then there, that by that is plus 1. And then this should be equals to, let's see, on the right hand side you've got 2x squared, this and that, it ends up being negative 1x, and then you have minus 3 there. Okay, then you do that by that, that by that, and that by that. So you see, but before you do that, maybe let's simplify what is inside. So you have x squared, this becomes negative 2x, and then you have plus 1 there, because -1 minus 1 is -2. And then this side, I don't think there's anything you can do. You've already simplified it, and then it just remains as it is. Okay, now that's when you can do that by that, that by that, that by that. So that means you end up having 2x squared minus 4x plus 2, which is supposed to be equals to 2x squared minus x minus 3. What did I say? Numbers one side, letters one side. So at this side, let's say we have that 2x squared, and we still have minus 4x. So let's bring this one to the other side. It will be that minus 2x squared. It will be that plus 1x equals 2. Already on the right hand side you have -3. So it is this 2 that you will need to bring to the other side. It changes the sign. Just be careful of that. It has to now be negative or minus 2. Okay. Then it's fine. It looks like this will cancel with that. So that means that cancels with that. And then we have that -4x that you plus it with 1x, which will be -3x. Yes, which should then be equals to, you have this negative that, then you end up having negative or minus 5. Okay, then it's fine. What else do you have? It looks like you divide both sides by that, and then that cancels with that, and then you have x, which is equals to that cancelling with that, then you end up having 5, which is over 3, and then that being the end of it. Let's see. Yes. This is the end of it. So can you see, honorable member, a lengthy calculation? So this type of calculation is going to train you to pay maximum attention in your calculations, to concentrate such that you do not make any mistakes. So it is fine. I think I did cover all that I wanted you to be aware of, or I have covered all, if not everything, that you need to be aware of in order to prepare for your test. So for this one, you might find that you are going to have multiple tests to write. It might be test for level A, level B, and level C. You will just find out as you continue. So you just watch this lesson, you attempt level A. The next day, you can still redo this same lesson and then attempt level B. And then on day 3 or the 3rd day, you watch the same lesson, you attempt level C. You don't necessarily need to do level A to C at the same time. I'm not really sure in terms of how your test will look like, but I'm just giving you an idea to say whatever math problem that you are given, you just need to have a reference to say, I think this is related to that type of a lesson that I did, and then you work it out that way. So I think that's it for now. Let's see. Yes, I think I've covered all that I wanted to cover. Okay, I think I will leave it here until we meet again.